Welcome back to Legalese, where we are covering cases across America. Today, we're reviewing the road so far in the Kouri Richins versus Utah. Kouri Richins was arrested on May 8th, 2023, after police cracked the code on her phone, which led to allegations that she had killed her husband Eric for financial reasons and a desire to pursue another relationship. Who are Corey and Eric? Eric and Corey met at Home Depot in 2009. Corey had been working as a cashier, and Eric was a regular customer. Eric was too shy to ask her for her number and had a friend do it. You see, Eric owned a successful masonry business and was a regular at Home Depot. They were married on June 15th, 2013, and Corey signed a premarital agreement to protect Eric's business. They went on to have three boys in 2012, 2014, and 2017. It's been stated that Eric loved his children very much. Eric was born on May 13th, 1982, and grew up in Colville, Utah. He was one of five children. He owned C&E Stone Masonry, specializing in custom stonework and construction. He was described as hardworking, passionate, loved hunting and fishing, and was very fun-loving. In April 2019, Kouri launched her own real estate firm, Kouri Richins Realty LLC. She was buying and renovating and flipping homes for a profit. Later on, she used a power of attorney without Eric's knowledge to take out a $250,000 home equity line of credit in their family home. She had amassed massive debt and purchased a $2.9 million mansion on December 2021 to flip. She closed on the property on May 4th, 2022. She was deeply underwater, owing at least $1.8 million. So, what happened to Eric? Corey allegedly tried to poison Eric on Valentine's Day with a fentanyl laced breakfast sandwich. She gave him the sandwich and left to meet her paramour at one of her properties for the day. Eric phoned and texted her stating he was violently ill. She told him to just go take a nap. He did recover, but allegedly she purchased a higher dose of fentanyl to try again. On the night of March 3rd, 2022, it's alleged that Corey made Eric a Moscow mule that was laced with a higher dose. He went to sleep with one of their children, and when she woke in the middle of the night, she found him unresponsive in their home in Camas, Utah. He died on March 4th of an overdose of illicit fentanyl with a concentration 5 times the lethal dose. Eric was only 38 years old. So, what would she have to gain? There were multiple life insurance policies that totaled $1.9 million. She tried to make herself the beneficiary of a policy in January 2022 of $2 million with his business partner, but that was rejected. She then applied for a new $100,000 policy, which was in effect on February 2022. Within a week of securing a new life insurance policy, she purchased fentanyl on February 11th, 2022. Since that dose didn't work, she purchased more on February 26th. On March 6th, 2022, Corey hired her locksmith to drill open Eric's safe without consulting his family or the trustee of his estate. There is about $150,000 in cash, financial documents, and assets. Eric's sister, Katie Richins Benson, serves as a trustee of Eric's living trust and representative of his estate. Corey was unaware that Eric had changed his will and made Katie the beneficiary in late 2020. Corey believed she was entitled to the contents of the safe, but it was in fact Katie who was. Allegedly, Corey became very aggressive and punched Katie. This became part of the prosecution's narrative that she had clear financial motives. While the police continued to investigate Eric's death, Corey wrote a children's book, Are You With Me?, which was dedicated to her three sons to help them cope with the loss of their father in March of 2023. Corey went on to Good Things Utah as well as local radio stations and TV segments to promote her book. Again, she was arrested on May 8th, 2023. There were many factors as to why she it took so long to arrest her since Eric's death on March of 2022. Toxicology and autopsy results took time as it appeared Eric's death was natural. All of the financial forensics had to be uncovered, the life insurance documentation, secret loans, and lines of credit, misuse of Eric's money, which led to a massive financial paper trail. They were building a case for premeditation, including Google searches like luxury prisons for the rich and can cops see deleted messages? Investigators analyzed cell phone location data, patterns of her behavior before and after Eric's death, plus her alleged attempt to poison him on Valentine's Day. Kouri hired defense attorney Sky Lazaro, who had been honored multiple times for her work. In September of 2023, Kouri had written a 6-page letter that claims it was meant for her attorney because she was writing another book. However, the prosecution contends that the document outlines instructions to Kouri's mother and brother to elicit false testimony. Kouri wrote that her mother and brother should say that Eric admitted to getting pain pills and fentanyl from Mexico. Is this privileged material? The judge ruled that a third-party attorney will determine what is and isn't privileged material. Lazaro withdrew from her case in May of 2024, citing irreconcilable and non-waivable situations stemming from her civil cases. This letter, as prosecutor Mr. Bloodworth mentioned in a hearing, is deemed the walk the dog letter by the law nerds. She also asked for her mother to give Sky Crest White strips to smuggle into jail for her. New public defense attorneys Wendy Lewis, Kathy Nestor, and Mr. Ramos filed a motion to suppress the letter, stating it was inadmissible evidence, arguing it was improperly obtained because it was in an envelope labeled attorney privilege. There have been several delays in this trial stemming from changing attorneys, discovery material, and on April of 2025, a motion to change venue. In this motion, the defense wanted to either move the trial or at least expand the jury pool. Prosecutors pushed back, citing Utah law requires juries to be selected from the same county where the trial is to be held. The judge denied the motion, and the defense asked for a stay in Kouri's case while they appealed his decision. On June 6, 2025, an appellate court denied the motion and that the trial will remain in Summit County. There was a hearing status held on August 5th to go over jury instructions, motions in limine, witness lists, exhibits, and other discovery matters. A pretrial conference is scheduled for December 5th at 3:30. Defense motion hearing to exclude expert state witnesses is on January 7th. The state's motion to determine the admissibility of the walk the dog letter will be on January 8th. Jury selection is to begin on February 10th, and the trial is set for February 23rd, 2026. Thanks for watching another episode of Legalese. We hope that you enjoy this content. If you do, please remember to subscribe and give us a like. We'll see you on the next one.